Welcome everyone. This is Zon Ta with Symmetry. Today's video is on Autodesk Accounts. I have made several videos of this in the past, but this is the latest and greatest updated video as of the end of August. To work with your Autodesk account and access it, all you have to do is open a browser. I have Google Chrome opened up and head over to the address field and type in manage.autodesk.com. When you do, it'll ask you to log in with your Autodesk account, email address, and password. What I'm going to be showing you is based upon you being logged in as either the contract manager or a secondary admin. If you are a standard member and user, you will not have a lot of functionality. So this video is meant for those who are contract managers and secondary admins. I am logged into my account. You'll see in the upper right corner your little image showing that you're logged in. And then if you click your little icon, you can get to different parts of your account, such as products and services, profiling, community profile. Here on the upper top side, you're going to see navigation for your account, for home, products and services. And as you click each one, it will change. The page will change and show you that data. Okay. So in the home tab, you're going to see good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and your name, and a summary of all of your seats, your active users, any support cases you have going on. It also gives you any kind of actions, things you may need to do, and then any additional news information that's up and running for you. Okay. The next is products and services. So if you click products and services, you'll get to the products and services page, and it'll list all the products and services that you have assigned to your Autodesk account. You can see all the different tiles of all the different applications, and you can click into any one of those to get into the details. For example, if I go to Civil 3D and click the name Civil 3D, it'll show you that you're in the products and services for Civil 3D, and you will see all the different versions you have available for you to work with. It'll default to 2026, the latest and greatest. You can click 2025 or 4 or 3 to get to that aspect, those versions. To install the application or download the application depends on what you want to do. If you click install, this will purposely start executing the installation management and the download management utility to download an exe file strictly for downloading and installing at the same time. If you click the little arrow right here, you'll get to download, direct download, and custom install. So if you choose direct download, it will download the executable file, installation files as zipped files. Depending on the application that you're working with, it may have more than one file that's downloaded, and the rest will be named 001, 002, and so on. When all of them are finished downloading, you can double click the first one to extract all of them and start the installation process. If you choose custom install, this is for you to do a deployment image-based creation function that is all web-based, interfaced, and then you can download the executable file. If you notice, it also tells you what version it's installing, which is the latest and greatest when you click install, and even when you click download and direct download. If your software is network-based and you need to generate a network license file, you may need to go to the license details right here. And this will pop up and change the display to list that it's network-based, and it will give you a wizard to create the network license file. I'll do this in a separate video. I've done it in the past before, but I'll try to do an updated one as well, even though the functionality is the same, just so that people are aware of any new interface changes. If you scroll down, you'll see updates, extensions, plugins, and libraries. So depending on what you're looking for, you may have to go to the updates section and see all the different updates that are available for that specific application and that version. You can also use Autodesk Access, which I have down here in my status toolbar, or you can go to Start, All, go to Autodesk, and use Autodesk Access, which is an application that will find any Autodesk-based software that you have on your computer, and it will find any updates that it needs, and you can click update to install the update. If there are any updates that you need, make sure that application is not running at that time, okay? So we'll go ahead and, since this is already here, I might as well download and install and let that run in the background. When it's finished, it'll disappear, okay? So back here on the main page for your Autodesk accounts, again, you can go to updates, you can go to extensions, plugins, and libraries, okay? Especially with Revit, getting the Revit library content, US or other continent version libraries, you will have to go to libraries and you will have to find that specific zipped file, executable file, and download and install it, because with Revit, the library files are not installed by default anymore, okay? If I go back to all products and services, I'm back in the main page for all the different tiles of applications to work with, okay? If you go to user management, this is where you can go to see all of the list of users you've created for your company for your Autodesk account. You will need to create these users and assign software to those users in order for them to work with. This is provided the licensing model is subscription username base. So for example, if I scroll down to me and I go to, say, my personal Gmail one right here, you will see the name, the user, what their role is, which you can click change role if you need to here, okay? And then you can see what products are assigned to that specific user, okay? If the user is no longer going to be in the office anymore, maybe they quit, or maybe they got fired, or maybe they just moved on to another company, or whatever the reason, or maybe they're taking a leave of absence for, like, maybe having a baby or whatever, right? You can always unassign the product to the user by clicking unassign right here. And that way that license goes back into the main pool of the company, so it can be reassigned to another user should it need to be. If I go back to user management by user, again, I see a list of all the users. So to create a user, you would click invite user right here. And then you'll see the dialog box. You can put in their name, first, last, and email address. And then put them in a group if you need to put them in a group, and hit send invite. What happens is that the user will be created. It'll show the name, the email address. It'll say the role if you put in a role, and it'll state whether it is pending or verified. Pending means the email has been sent to them, but they have not authenticated the account by clicking the link in that email. But once it's done, it'll say verified, okay? When you go to invite users, you can also invite more than one by doing the import function to upload a CSV file to do a bulk uploading, okay? So maybe your company's really big and you've just hired 20 new interns for a new division that you're starting up in the company. Then use an Excel file, okay? It makes it a lot easier. And it's all you have to have is first name, last name, and email address. And it brings it all in. It's really simple. If you have to export your list of users, you can click export right here as well, okay? Now this is user management by user. You can also look at it from the standpoint of the product as well. And when you click by product, you can go and scroll down and look for something. Let's say I look, for example, Revit, and it says 4 of 5 licenses, because at the top of this column, it says seats available. So you'll see 4 of 5 seats available. So and if I click this little arrowhead right here to get into the details, you can see who that one user it's been assigned to. So the one seat of Revit is currently assigned to one of my coworkers, okay? Going back to user management by product, again, it lists it alphabetically, numerically, alphabetically. So you can go and look at the data this way. You can also do management of user by group and also by permission if you have to as well. Okay, so by group is a situation where you want to create different groups to manage the different teams of people within those groups. It could be the architecture team, the structure team, the MEP team for Revit, the civil team for Civil 3D, right? So on and so forth. And then by permission as well, which is a new thing. And you can go through contact support and download products. And this is for admins and users as well. Okay. If I go to billing and orders, this is where you can see all of your summary of quotes, expirations, payments, and invoices. Look at your subscriptions and contracts, look at your quotes, and so on and so forth. Okay, so this is pretty self-explanatory. I won't go through everything just because I've got to make sure that I scratch out some stuff that is company sensitive data. Okay. You have a reporting section that allows you to export usage reports, seat usage report, token usage report, and so on. This is good for like the CAD manager, BIM manager, purchasing manager who needs to look at, well, all the products that we have, how often are they being used and by whom? And so they can determine whether it's they need to reduce or increase the number of seats for next year's purchase, for example. Okay? And then you have support here. So you can go to your CSN account number. You can look at any support cases you might have open. And you can manage your cases in this manner. If you go to settings, this goes into team settings and usage notifications. So you can rename your team. You can do user management and assignments and so on, and personal data. Okay. So for the most part, this is how you handle your Autodesk account and access it and do the work that you need to do. Most people who are contract managers and software coordinators, their day-to-day activity of this portal is strictly under user management, of creating a user, assigning a user the software that they need and making sure that's sound, and also going to products and services to get those applications to download and install. Okay. If you are a typical end user who's not a CM or a software coordinator and you have software assigned to you, when you go to this site and log in, you will only see under products and services those tiles of applications that have been assigned to you. So if you've only been assigned AutoCAD, you will only see the AutoCAD tile. Okay. And then you can click into the tile and you can download and you can install the application. Now, when it comes to installing the Autodesk software application, make sure your local Windows account, user account, has local admin rights. And it's always recommended to temporarily disable any security settings that you have on the machine so that the software can be installed properly. Okay. If you have problems, you can always work with your IT department, work with your CAD BIM manager, and you can always contact me if you need to as well. Okay. And I can help you with that. Other than that, that's basically the Autodesk Accounts site for you to access your software, create users, delete users, assign software, look at your billings and contracts and things like that. If you have any questions, just reach out to me and I will help you as soon as I can. Thank you very much for watching.